Alright, this is a simple model to represent the globe. The question was posed, how is there more than 12 hours on any point on the Earth, on a ball of Earth? I have a baseball with 8 lines drawn on it, each line representing 3 hours in a day. So, this is about dusk, say 6 o'clock. This is 9 o'clock in the morning, this is noon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and 6 o'clock at sunset. Any part of the ball that's lit has a view of the sun. This represents the spring equinox, where the sun is perpendicular to the Earth rotation, which is about the equator, going clockwise or counterclockwise. The sun is about 3 feet away. If you do the math, take the tangent of 24 degrees, 0.4, and multiply it by 3, you get about a 16-inch drop. Notice that the angle of the sun is now canted versus a longitudinal line that was drawn. But if you follow the equator, it gets 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning, noon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock at the sunset. Each line is still going to represent 3 hours in a day. But if you follow the line down, notice that anything past the equator is now going to get a little bit more sun. Further south you go, the more sun you're going to have. Each line is still always going to represent 3 hours. And if we take a look at the southern pole, you notice that the terminating line goes past it. This represents that the sun, there will be a 24-hour sun seen on the southern pole. If you follow this point where the tangent meets the longitudinal line, follow the latitude, you get sunrise, 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours, 15 hours, about 18 hours of sunlight. Not just sunlight, actual sun being seen around that latitude. Anything past this represents 12 hours of line, 180 degrees. Anything past this line represents more than 12 hours in a day. Remember that the Earth is going to rotate around its axis like this, irrelevant of where the sun is. It is always going to rotate like that. Each line is always going to represent 3 hours. This is 180 degrees around, and anything past it is going to be more than 12 hours. This is how the axis works. This is how your understanding of how the Earth's rotation versus the axis, or where the sun is wrong. This is how you get 12 hours, more than 12 hours of sunlight on a ball of Earth.